Welcome back. We are here for the Between Secrets in Lavender, episode 12. To enter into this episode, we are going to begin with a mask from the past from Mordecai. Please narrate the prompt and then go ahead and do the mask.
Okay. Now the prompt is narrate a flashback to your young adulthood that shows your first sexual encounter with a dark entity. So what you will see is, I think this is in a university, a British university. It looks very proper. There are pictures of old men with wigs, some statuary that looks vaguely Greek, but dressed Greeks, right? Because this is the United Kingdom. This is England. And we see a young Mordecai. The skin's still not as pale as in the with the adult person. But he is, what is he, 18, 19, probably a college student, wearing some sort of uniform and a pin. Looks rather self-important, to be honest. He is with a young guy who, because this is obviously a gendered university, you can have girls and young men together. That nope. But he's with a young man who's quite pretty in a way that young people are, and drawing Mordecai after him and laughing and saying, "I've got to show you something. Come on, come on, come on." And Mordecai, or Gabriel, I think if I don't know that he's called Gabriel at this point, is following, a little hesitant, but also curious. And the young guy draws him to the attic where he has made some space. And Mordecai says, "This is not a study hall." And the other guy's like, "No, it's not. It's something very different." And then he steps up and kisses Mordecai, who seems to be responsive, at least a little, but the entities, they want to experience this. They are very curious. So they turn up, and as they do, they enter Mordecai's body, and there is some sort of quiet explosion of this weird, smeary, nacreous light from him. And the other boy just gets pushed back by this force. And Mordecai kind of stands abstracted. His eyes, both at this point, are gray and glowing with this light, and he looks up, and there's this sound, this deep hum that you've heard before in Hargrave House, and he looks ecstatic. He looks so ecstatic. He looks like, and he's not moving, except there's this shiver, and there are things moving around him, but he's not moving. And this lasts a while, and then it stops. The humming stops, and he collapses, quite exhausted. Smiles like this was a pretty nice experience. And then he looks over at the other boy who lies in a heap. He's been thrown into a column or something, and he's not moving. There's a faint thread of blood from his mouth. And his eyes stare, but don't see anything.
We fade into our continuing day phase, or I should say the tag end of our day phase, as we leave where Mordecai and Felix had left off, and we move the camera to where Ellie has been all this time. Where has Ellie been since all the shenanigans over Mrs. Pemberton Potts and Hargrave House have occurred?
Blissfully unaware of the shenanigans at Hargrave House and Mrs. Pemberton Potts, Ellie is attempting to follow up on the possibility that a lighthouse is going to be involved in the Coven's doings. And so she's going to be trying to get a sense of how many lighthouses are in the London area or within a reasonably short travel of London. And if one of them seems particularly unique or interesting or eldritch, head to that one. Otherwise, try to start a sort of systematic survey so that she can get a sense of each of them.
I think you can actually look in the library of Hargrave House first
Sure,
to get a
absolutely.
sense of, yeah, what,
I'm sure
you know.
there are lots of maps of London and books
Hmm.
about the history and so on.
Exactly. Exactly. So yes, you can go ahead and look in the library and then like, do a little bit of research. So if you want to do a quick info roll and then see, um,
Sure
yeah,
thing. I'm guessing this is going to be with reason.
yeah, because you're doing not engaging anybody and then just doing straight research.
Okay, I got a 9.
All right, excellent. All right, with a 9, and this is on the Coven, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so with the Coven, looking for lighthouses. And then let's take a look at what clues you have so far on the threat. Just to make sure I'm not repeating anything. Oh, and then just as a reminder, it looks like there's still a TBD from your and Mordecai's vulnerable scene. So if there's even a possibility for the next night phase or, even next episode or whatever that you guys want to, like possibly try to solve that or resolve that, then you may want to like, put in a clue this episode. Um, all right, so let's see. You are looking up lighthouses.
Especially toward the east. I'm noting that people pointing east, so.
Right, exactly. You're looking into the, all of the maps and everything in Hargrave House, and you're making a general list of all of the uh, all of the lighthouses, and their generic names. I mean, like you can probably like like pull up the list and you know kind of narrow it down. And I'll say out of character, like you could just make up like a generic list of like 3 or 4 names, and then like that'll be the list of lighthouses that are available to you. But I will say that in the library, even though this is done up in that like Asian uh, style in the time period that is definitely not of Victorian England, um, there is a portrait here, and there's actually numerous portraits kind of scattered amongst the shelving, and there's a person depicted in the portrait that is holding something that they weren't holding before. Funny how
Really?
portraits seem to do that, like around Hargrave House. Um,
That
but
definitely bears examination.
they're holding a brass bell,
Hmm.
and that's the clue. A person depicted in a portrait is holding a brass bell. Who's in the portrait?
It's an elderly woman. It's known that she was of Hargrave House, but her name has been lost, uh, possibly lost to a supernatural extent.
Hmm,
Her name is now unknowable or something.
right. And I think because you've been in the library this whole time, that like nobody even knew that you had like decided to do the research in here. There's like this closeness. There's this like, like kind of like sound suppression, basically
Mhm.
soundproofing.
Hmm.
that you had not realized like all the ruckus that had gone on downstairs until you finished your research, like towards the end of the day. And then you opened up the door, and then Nora is helping Constable Short to a room. Oh,
Uh,
oh, Miss Fletcher. Hello. Um,
uh,
I,
what's going on?
I, and you see that Constable Short is, I mean, the only reason that you know it's Constable Short is because you recognize his uniform, but his countenance is drawn gray. He looks like he's aged at least 10 years, and his hair is gone like, salt and pepper, and his whiskered, uh, again, his whiskered face is just like looking like he has been through the ringer, essentially. He had been essentially cursed by the forces that have been, I guess, plaguing Mr. Laurence, I believe.
Right. Okay. You got
We
it under control, or do you need?
Mr. Laurence had banished the curse, and now I am taking Constable Short to the servants' quarters, and he needs rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, uh, if you need something, give a yell. But I'm probably going to be heading out at some point. So.
All right. And um, just so you know, and this is where I think there was like a kind of like a small discussion, even though like Mordecai could care less. Maybe it mentioned in passing that and you should know, I don't believe Constable Lansing is I think a constable anymore.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I will find him and talk to him at some point.
Certainly. Um, yes, I will see to Constable Short. And downstairs is Mr. Lansing. Probably you know, come into like from having separated from Felix. And we can close out on day phase. After having seen like, while everybody has gone through all the weirdness and all the backwards and excuse me, all the comings and goings and everything like that. I think there was someone that had come into Hargrave House
Hmm.
unseen, again, through all the comings and goings. People were going, and this person was coming in. And I think as we enter into dusk phase and this person is in their room and the sun starts to set, what kind of transformation does this person go through to become, well, who they are for dusk phase into night phase? Chris, welcome to the table.
Hi.
Everyone.
Hi.
Sorry, everybody's like wondering, like, who the hell's this person sitting here? I totally apologize. uh,
I thought I was Mike.
Well, yeah, Mike also
Yeah, I
tends to
know.
pretend to be Felix, and then who pretends to be Mordecai. So yeah, we understand about this whole impersonation bit. So that's great. But anyway, welcome to the table, Chris. Chris is our new player joining us, and Chris will be playing the Eclipse. So we will get into uh, player introductions. So Chris, of course, your pronouns and your interest and your experience with the between. So just a player introduction right now.
Hi, I'm Chris, he, him. I have played in one long form, I think 20 session campaign of the Between with Mads before. It was incredible, and I couldn't pass up the chance to do it again. Is that everything?
Yes, for now, and then we're going to get into your actual new character for this session. So, or for the rest of the series, and yeah, so we're going to be introducing the Eclipse to the campaign. So this is essentially a third party playbook that we're introducing to the campaign, and I don't think it's been done um, in a full series before. I mean, like offline, yes, but like this will be the first time that I'm using it. So
Me
this will be a
too.
play test for me. Play test for everybody. Yay! I love these things. All right, awesome. So, I'm going to read off the blurb, of course, for it, and then we're going to go into the particulars of it. I'm going to have you introduce the character after the blurb, okay? So, and this is a unique playbook because this actually has two sides to it. This character will, when I read the blurb, I
If
think
you've
it'll
ever
be.
seen the movie Lady Hawk,
There you go.
it's a lady hawk.
Absolutely. So, the eclipse. You were once inseparable. Whether you were siblings, lovers, parent and child, or just dear friends, your bond was stronger than any had ever seen. You spent every waking moment together, leaving room for no one else. Your love for each other brought upon indomitable envy from someone powerful. When one of you rejected this figure's grand advances, they unleashed a great curse upon the both of you. Always together, but eternally separate. You now share one human body. One of you exists only during the day, and the other only at night. You have come to Hargrave House in hopes of finding a means to break this curse and finally be able to walk hand in hand once more. So, Chris, please introduce us to the eclipse. This particular phase that you'll be entering into is called the Moon Dancer. So please introduce us to the Moon Dancer phase.
All right, let me see if I can remember would which one I made of the Moon Dancer.
You could just read from the sheet.
Yes, I need
So
to. I was mucking about in the data guts, so I didn't have that. Okay, Isaac is our Moon Dancer. Isaac Wright, professional pickpocket. Uh, and what is the
Vice
I know the generic phrase, or I know that the term of art is second story work. I guess cat burglar. Oh no, sorry, wait.
roof work is the second story
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh no, that's the other one. This is going to be confusing for me for a second because I have never played this character before.
Okay.
But the deal is that they are a pair of thieves. Uh, Isaac is the face, and Acheron is better known for the stealth and second story work. Of course, they've been trapped outside of their natural element. Isaac being at night, where you can cavort, sure, but you can't exactly do so respectably. And Acheron, somewhere they can see you. But it would be Acheron who made his way into Hargrave House after pickpocketing a key off of somebody.
Nice.
It's strange how these things just sort of fall into your life, but
What's the transformation like when you?
I think the transformation is very subtle. I think they are identical twins,
Okay.
and what we see is them pulling out a pocket compact. The makeup long dried out, not used, but the shot we see is framed in the circular mirror. It is as simple as the face. Uh, we see a pair of eyes, the right eye, a brilliant, almost glowing silver, and then at dusk, a very quick blink, and the left eye is gold. Otherwise, the face is the same.
Amazing. And you had some looks that you could pick out, so
Oh, did I? Oh, they're in the.
and drop down windows and such. So
Okay, yes.
looks and vice.
Giving them both striking is obviously. I have picked vices.
Well, you can only give you should just give us Isaac's vice right now since you're in night. You're going to be going into night phase.
Isaac is at the minute wearing a tweed Norfolk jacket.
Mm.
And I lied a little bit earlier. The faces aren't exactly the same.
Mm.
The dark circles are obvious on Isaac's face.
Yeah.
They were never a night owl.
Right. Oh. Okay. And Isaac's vice?
Isaac's vice is stargazing,
Mm.
which is, I think, what he calls looking for magical answers.
Oh. Alrighty. And then the other thing that I just wanted to ask about is what are the moves for the Eclipse? So they would share obviously the moves, like the
Yes.
starting moves, and then you get to pick one more.
I did. I have picked. So my core moves are the syzygy. I have a second, which is you have a second playbook. That is your other half. The equinox, which is, quote, the union is a curse, but not an unbreakable one. Whenever you clear any condition as a result of the vulnerable move, you may gain a ritual clue that will help you undo this magic. Ritual clues can be used to answer the following question. How can we see each other again? Complexity 8. And I have picked from my options Token of Our Bond.
Okay.
And I think that token is the makeup compact.
Nice. All right. And then let's see. Never be marked. Okay, great. Gain advantage on a die roll. Oh, cool. All right, nice. And you can only use that 4 times. Okay.
Which is 3 more times than any other personal quarters item.
Well, yeah, yeah. But I mean, like again, like you don't necessarily have to use it. I mean, like you can use it fictionally positioned,
Sure.
narratively. But I mean, like if you want the mechanical benefit of that move, then that's when you would mark the box. So
You got it.
yeah. So like, be very careful when you use it. All right. Awesome. Okay. So given what we know about Moon Dancer, okay, what would we like to put in their personal quarters? And of course, the Eclipse as a person would share personal quarters. And then when Mike comes in, I'll have him add a personal quarters item to whomever he meets, whether it be Sunstrider or Moon Dancer. So, what do we want to add to Isaac's personal quarters?
I think you have an elaborate book about horoscopes, like really, really pretty book. Like if it has it has inlays and it's painted with gold and stuff like that. Don't think you bought it, but you know, who knows? And I think it has a 13th zodiac in it, which is the snake carrier, Ophiuchus. I don't know how to pronounce that in English.
No, you got it.
But maybe the Gemini is also marked there. Or that's sorry, I'm waffling. I think Gemini is missing. You have the snake carrier instead.
Ooh. You have a brooch that was part of your first really big score. It's the central piece of the brooch is a Baroque pearl, i.e., an irregular natural pearl that's roughly shaped like a crescent moon, and surrounded by an enamel frame above it that is deep blue enamel speckled with tiny diamonds for stars. And for whatever reason, when you sold off the rest of that haul, you kept this one.
Okay.
Oh, do I give you a useful item or a...
Follow your heart, Mads.
Okay. All right. So this one is a silk scarf with the painted impression of colors that resemble, this is an inside joke, moth wings.
Wherever could I have gotten that?
Mm,
Okay.
awesome. All right, cool. So that is our contingent for going into Dusk phase. All right, so let's just take a look at threats just for say, all right? So Coven's question is, when and where will the final step of the grand ritual take place? That is a 6 complexity. Resolve the threat by stopping the ritual and or destroying the Coven. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 night phases left, not including this one. So then once this one's done, then you will have 3 night phases left. So consider your options. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 clues. Could roll straight, but I know how this crowd works, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And Spider Silk Seamstress is on the board with a choice of 3 different ways to resolve the threat: a complexity 4, a complexity 6, or a complexity 8, with no clues on the board. Okay? So, going into Dusk phase. Hee 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 hee. Sorry, I'm so damn excited. I should not be this excited. That's terrible of me. I'm so sorry. Okay. Dusk phase. Resolve any playbook moves or custom moves that are resolved during Dusk phase.
Does anybody have a playbook move that resolves during Dusk?
American.
I sure don't.
Okay.
Quickening. Composure
Yes,
sensitivity.
indeed.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see something.
I don't have any conditions,
Okay,
amazingly.
just checking. Okay.
Thank you for checking. But yeah. Here goes.
It happened. We did it. We did it.
Oh, Ellie, my dear.
Okay.
Oh, which dice? I love you. Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh, so hold on. Go ahead, read it. Read it.
All right. This means I lose control of my curse. I have two choices. Retire this character and tell the keeper to put the curse in play. Or, once, and I can only do this once, reveal your curse to another hunter and ask for their help controlling you this night. If they agree, neither of you can take any action that would trigger a move during the upcoming night phase, though you should narrate scenes showing how the cursed character is being controlled throughout the night. During the dawn phase, you each mark 1 XP. This option can only be chosen once. I'm not going to retire Ellie.
I was gonna say,
Silly at this
Imagine.
point.
dang it. Wait, wait, hold on. I gotta get into.
But you
into
could use
for
a
the-
you could use a mask.
I could.
You
I could.
But
But I think I'm not going
It
to.
would be so funny.
it's like all once. Oh my god. I mean, if there's any time to use this particular option, this would be it. Honestly, God.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it though? Because that does mean that 2 out of 3 of us are out of commission for the night phase.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it's fine. It's
Welcome to Hargrave.
Welcome to Hargrave House.
Your first
You're
night
the
is
only-
going to be very strange.
Congrats, new guy. You're all we got.
Exactly. Well, I mean, like Mordecai was already out. He
Oh,
left
good
Nora to
Lord.
do the thing. Oh, this is
Did Mordecai
fabulous.
leave and that leaves
Yes.
the new guy with nothing but
Yes.
Yay.
I'm so happy.
Tag, you're
Okay.
it.
Tag, you're it.
All right, cool.
So
How do I discover a werepanther?
I think
We'll find this out. Great. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. I think I found Mr. Lansing here and started to speak to him. A shudder runs through my entire body as I realize what time it is and that I'm too emotional, I'm too excited, I can't hold on. I tell him, leave this house right now. I will explain later.
What do you mean?
And my eyes flash an unnatural shade of green as I sprint to the stairs
And
toward the bedrooms.
he will reluctantly leave, but I mean, like, he looks up after you before he shuts the door, and he heads back to Mrs. Pemberton Botts's.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Of course
he does. I'm hammering on the doors of the bedrooms that I'm expecting somebody might be in. I'm hammering on Mordecai's door. I'm hammering on Felix's door. I'm hammering on Jaye's door since I haven't been told she's gone for good. So no doubt this is what Isaac hears is somebody pounding frantically on bedroom doors.
I think for Isaac has no stronger instinct than, well, that's none of my business. But curiosity does get the better of him. He will poke his head out and see. Probably the second before you pound on his door, just for
Yeah,
advice.
just
What does
you
he
have
see?
to help me. You see this tall woman, long shabby black coat, fancy boots, though you're probably not in position to really pay attention to those right now.
Oh,
But
I would notice.
that's true, you would notice. Eyes not only unnaturally bright yellow green, but those pupils are not right. And
Wow, I wonder what that's like.
there's something shifting about her face those cheekbones, those high, sharp
Mm.
cheekbones are kind of flattening back. And the main thing that you're noticing probably is that your lapels are being grabbed. I don't know who you are. You have to help me.
What do you need?
I need you to keep me confined. I need to be locked in a room. And I need you to talk to me. I need you to remind me that I'm a person. I need you to keep me from losing touch with that. Because otherwise, I'm going to be a danger to everyone. Lock me up and talk to me.
All right, come in.
Love this shit. Okay. So that is the introduction to this part. Okay. And then, let's see, what else can we do? Ah. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just goddamn tickled right now. I'm not even going to worry about Hargrave House. Hargrave House can kind of like just lay off at the moment because I'm just too damn tickled. Okay. Mordecai, you wanted to be a beacon in the dark, yes?
Yes, that was what my plan. That was where I was going.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay.
I was going to look if Ellie was there to ask her to accompany me, but I don't think I found her because I didn't look in the library because I expected her in the kitchen or maybe her room. There's nothing in her room that I need, so I closed the door again. And I'm not usually taking Ellie's stuff. I'm just taking Felix's stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly for reasons, right? Reciprocity.
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 Yeah, exactly.
Self-defense, basically.
Mm. No, again, it's like because of all the comings and goings, it's like people just keep missing each other. It's great.
Yeah.
I love this
No,
place.
that's okay. So I think I left a note to Ellie even that yes, I did leave a note to Ellie that Lansing had been hanging out with Miss Pembroke and Potts and that was not a good idea. But I guess you missed that.
I think she was a little busy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oops.
I didn't think she would be.
Yep. Whoopsie.
Was she busy? Was she busy?
Whoopsie busy. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Americans. Quite unreliable.
Well. All right. So we will be doing an unseen because it's like you have to keep cutting back and forth between all of this fun stuff. All right. So we will be doing night shift at St. Thomas's. All right. So sitting across from, excuse me, let me like blow this up because my eyes aren't the best. Sitting across the Thames from the Palace of Westminster, St. Thomas's Hospital is London's newest hospital, purpose-built to the most modern standards of medicine. It consists of sprawling wings joined by covered walkways, allowing convalescent patients to take the air during the day. But at night, a skeleton crew struggle to save their charges from the illness, accidents, and violence that stalk the gloom. So, let's see. The first prompt will be it's about to put Ellie. No. That will be Kathleen. Second prompt will be Chris. Third prompt come on. Will be Sabine. And last prompt will be everyone since it's paint the scene. Okay. Alright, so we've got our unseen, and that was G1, just in case you were following along, okay? So, that is our unseen for this evening. So, let's go ahead and... A destitute woman is in the throes of a complicated birth, a porter holding her down while a surgeon prepares to operate. How do we know the child will never meet their birth mother?
There are two ways we know. One is the presence standing by of a pair of moderately well-dressed gentlemen who represent one of the largest orphanages in London. They're prepared to take the child directly, on the assumption that the mother is never going to be able to care for them. The other is the desperate urgency with which the surgeon is working. He doesn't expect the mother to survive. And as the scalpel blade flashes in the lamplight and the blood runs down, the woman is nearly too spent from hard labor to even scream. Just a hoarse, harsh gasp escapes her throat.
And just as a mechanical reminder, you're doing the go ahead and put your answers into the cells
yes.
for the unseen. So this way you can remind each other, like, some of the details to, add to your hunter's scenes to kind of like thematically or sensorily remind or like recall details across scenes to get that echo in the night for eventual XP. It is still very possible to get XP from both scenes, okay? From the back and forth. So take advantage of that. All right. So, Mordecai, you are out and about and wanting to enact your beacon in the dark move. Please tell us how that works.
That works by, let me check my move here. When I walk the streets of London at night, I can spread my consciousness across the city like a vast spider web. I can roll with sensitivity, and if I on a hit, I'm immediately confronted by a threat or personified danger related to the threat. So I am looking for the Coven. Because I think this has gone far now. I think I do not like them attacking people in my house. I mean, I don't mind them attacking the police person. I don't care for them, but they might hit Nora, and I don't, or Ellie, and I think they already had Felix. So, do I care about Felix? Oh, that's new. Okay, yeah, so I am walking the streets and I am sending out the entities and spreading my consciousness. I am a bit reticent about the whole thing because I'm really not sure if part of me doesn't want to do this. Part of me is very scared to do this, especially since I'm alone. So I'm hesitant and I'm waiting maybe to see if Ellie turns up, which she won't, but but I will do it eventually. It will just take a bit longer than it usually does.
I mean, you don't normally hear this, but I think maybe in the back of your mind, or like maybe like deep down, like you hear a tendril of, "Are you sure you want to feel this particular way before you enact this particular spell?"
I'm quite sure I do not want to feel that way ever. However, you are correct. Shut up, I guess.
Confidence.
Yes, stiff upper lip. Let's do this. Let's find them. They are not superior to me. And then I do it.
Okay. Roll.
Well. And that's with sensitivity, right?
Should be with sensitivity, yeah.
Let me check. It is. Okay. It's a 9.
Okay. So with Beacon in the Dark and a 9, what kind of weirdness entails with that? You can ask 2 of the questions from the list below on a hit, not answer directly, but rather in the form of a clue. And it only says what happens if it's a 10 plus. So I get to determine what happens on a 9.
Yes. You'll be fine.
You'll be
Probably.
fine. What's your questions?
Yeah. Who shows up?
So, tell me what the spell looks like first.
Yeah, I think as you can, I think Mordecai stands leaning on the parasol. He just needed it's night, but still he's carrying it around, right? He's used to that. He's leaning on the parasol, like standing on some intersection, I guess, where he ended up. This is maybe a little more lively than he'd usually go to because he was distracted. But then you can see that the gray eye starts to take this shimmer of these entities. You can see in the air somewhere these smears of light, and then you can see these lights spread out like a spider web, and his eyes moving, both of them, I guess. And as he's looking and staring at what's going on, where are they?
And I think now, from what you remember of how they work, do they like to take more mundane conveyances, or do they like to kind of come in on a spectacle? Like, will they take more occult ways of conveyance?
I think usually they might be more circumspect, but this is the guy who ran away from them. They'll do a spectacle.
Okay. Alrighty. So, in which case, then I think you will see that as you're walking and you're turning, each of the lamps, like in the place that you're at, like the street lamps, wink out one by one. And the people that are around, as the lamplights wink out, that you hear them, and oh, what's going on? We should get the lamplighter out. And then, like, you don't hear them anymore, as if sound has been muffled. And then you start seeing, like, a dark cloud billow in that looks darker than darkness, which should be impossible, but you know it's not. And, yeah, then 3 clouds billow in, and then you hear, like, kind of something, like, tear the air that sounds almost like lightning doesn't have a sound, but you know it does, too. And punctuating each of the 3 clouds is a streak. And then before you is the slender fellow that perhaps you know, the one woman who looks like she fits in her dress but yet not, with the strange eyes. And in front of them both is your former mentor, Raphael Cooper. Hello, Gabriel.
Raphael.
He looks very urbane in his 3-piece suit, very dapper, and he's leaning on a cane.
I hope you forgive me, but don't say welcome to London.
Forgiveness. Such a weighty word. Shall I forgive you for running away from our teachings, our shelter, our ways?
I do not care if you forgive that or not. You're liars, one of you. What is it you want from me, Raphael?
You
You will
know,
not have my love or my allegiance anymore. What is it you want?
You know what we want. What I want. And his voice is very measured and very sympathetic. What I've always wanted, you to come back. Be with us again. It is not the same without you, Mordecai. Mordecai, when I found that was your name, I was so surprised. Well, would you deny us your attendance at the grand ritual, Gabriel?
Yes, definitely. You know this, Raphael. I told you. Is that why you have been attacking people that are close to me, or you might think that are close to me? That is a coward's game, Raphael. I didn't think. What are you afraid of? Never known you to hesitate like that.
He just kind of continues to look at you with those that very like disappointed look, you know? Like I'm not upset, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed in you look. And so let me just make sure I'm not
Mordecai crosses his arms and stares at him defiantly.
Sure, absolutely. Let's see, what can I give you? What frightens?
Why are you so scared? What frightens you? That's the question.
And he says, rather obliquely, you know as well as I do, that doors thresholds once crossed cannot be returned to, cannot be walked through no matter how hard one tries. I mean, home, thresholds, a blue door, anything that represents home, things that have meaning to you. And he tries not to show how upset he is about, you leaving the Coven, but in particular, he's trying not to say, but he knows he has to, he feels the compulsion to mention the blue door. So the clue is a particular blue door can no longer be walked through no matter how hard one tries.
I think Mordecai gives him a smirk and says, well, I reject your coven. I reject your mission. I hope you go and die in a ditch for what it's worth, Raphael. I am not your toy. I am not your child.
He makes one last pitch. How can you deny that what you are right now is everything that we've shown you, taught you, meant to you for all these years? I saved your mother.
Yeah, you did. Still, I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't ask you to save me and what I am. I'm not, thanks to you. And what I became is also, well, you had some hand in that. I will grant you that. But mostly because I just rejected what you wanted me to be.
And then like he just kind of gets this like kind of like the part of his lip like kind of curls like in a sneer. Oh, you're going to regret that, boy. And he's going to do something.
Oh,
Night
nice.
move, please.
Okay. Mhm.
He's going to.
Okay.
He's got like I think you said like was he the one that had the hook for a hand or was that
No,
the
no, no,
captor?
that was
Okay,
the
all right.
captain.
Just want to make sure. So then like his one hand that has like a bunch of rings on it, he's going to make a gesture like with it. So he's going to activate a particular spell,
Uh-huh.
and it's going to be where. Depending on if it goes off, he's going to control you. He's going to control
Oh,
your physical actions. So,
okay.
night move. What do you think
Mhm.
will happen if you fail or lose your nerve?
I think he will control my physical actions, and he will use that to make my position in the city less tenable, make me commit some kind of crime in broad, not daylight, obviously, but like a broad sight of everyone. Like just make my life harder in a way that I can't just escape.
He's going to have you go back home to Hargrave House and harm, if not kill, the person you least want to. So, if you are thinking about Nora, that is the person you're going to be targeting if he
Okay.
succeeds and you
Oh,
fail.
well,
That's how it's worse.
yeah, it's really worse.
So, let's see. You shouldn't have any conditions, I don't think, do you?
I do have they are getting closer as a condition. I do.
Oh, that is so hard against you. It's
Uh,
bad. It's
yeah,
bad,
it's
bad, bad.
bad, right?
So, disadvantage unless you have something in your personal quarters that you want to use
I
negate it.
I have. Oh, I like that one. I will use the pressed camellia found in a book of erotic poetry. This is something I got from the Mastermind, just to
Yes, yes.
explain
Oh,
this.
that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Right.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay.
So go ahead and mark that. So then you're just rolling
Uh-huh.
straight with sensitivity, you know.
Okay.
Magic against magic, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, come on, this is really dangerous witch times, you know. Yeah, well, okay, fine. I got a 4. No, I need to mask that. I'm sorry, I can't.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
Witch
Wow, okay.
dice.
I cannot roll well in witch dice today. Or with this character. I think the witch dice just wants me to use up all my masks.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oof. And I thought the American burns out fast. Holy
Oh
crap.
wow. Yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
you're also going up against your major threat. Like
Yeah,
any
exactly.
associated threat
Exactly.
is usually like doubly dangerous. So, I think
Yeah.
Witch Dice is feeling it. So,
Yeah.
extra drama, extra drama. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we'll resolve this like when we come back. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Um oh boy. Okay. So, let's go to Hargrave House, which is even better. So, how are you confining Ellie and what are you doing, Isaac? And Ellie, how bad are the throes of accursedness right now?
Uh, for the moment, I am crouched in the middle of the room, trembling all over. I haven't changed yet. I'm trying to hold until there's a locked door between me and the rest of the world, but there is a low growl beginning in my throat that does not sound human.
Okay. I think uh, the first thing we will see after that is Isaac back to the door and a very distinctive click of the key in the lock. I have some silver chains if those would help.
Yes, chains, chains.
Oh, they're not. if silver doesn't do anything, they'll just break.
Ah. Then no. No.
Hmm.
Talk. Remind me of human things.
All right, fine.
Music.
Would you like a
Cities.
seat?
Theater. And don't
Sit down.
panic.
Just
Don't run.
very good at that. You're in good hands if you want me not to panic.
Good.
Just, Would talking about the curse help? I do have questions. Okay. Right, of course. And the full moon is until next week anyway.
Moon doesn't matter. Moon doesn't matter. It's every night. Every night.
Oh,
Every night.
we've got something rather less extreme going on with me. I'll be someone else tomorrow morning. Sometimes I really do wonder if we would shift like you do with the bones and skin, if we looked anything different. But I guess I'll never know. Has this happened before?
God help me, yes.
Who are you with then?
Don't talk to me about her. Don't.
Oh, we've got a dramatic ex, do we?
If you value your life, change the subject.
Don't have to tell me twice. But I will be asking about that later.
Chris, in the casualty waiting room, the experienced ward sister Mary O'Brien triages the sick and wounded. Who does she see, and will they live or die?
I should check our lines and veils. I think she sees a woman missing a foot. Immediate post-surgical. It started bleeding again after the surgery. And we just see her face in absolute grim determination as she wraps layer after layer after layer of gauze around the stump. They'll live. They'll live well. But the phantom pain will never leave them.
Back to Mordecai, 7 to 9 on a night move. So, tell me how you succeed in breaking Raphael's spell, or at least not, countering it, however you decide it looks, and then I will tell you how it's complicated.
I think Elena took this new custom move, and I think I didn't roll that one, but that is basically, I think Mordecai knows this magic, and he remembers at that point. He does remember how to counter this, and I think it requires a bit of physical drama, I guess. So he will get out a knife, a very sharp knife. And at the moment when the spell comes, he will cut himself, and this blood kind of fans out like a veil, and just, or like a net, and just counters that spell. And Mordecai looks at him. It's not going to be that easy, Raphael. I'm not your student anymore.
And then,
go ahead. I will, for sentimentality's sake, I'll give you one chance. Leave the city. leave your ritual. Go and do your whatever you do, hunt your monsters. Cannot stop you from doing that if you're not here.
The monsters are here. And why
Yes,
are you protecting them?
Well, why do you think you're not one of them?
Unless you are one of them too. And as he backs away, then the other two take his place and will, like, do something, to, like, enact something in his stead. So that is the complication. They're going to try and, like, do a move on you as well. Hold on. Yeah. I think those two actually have to work in conjunction with each other. So this one is still a night move, but you may even I'll say that you gain advantage on this because you recognize the move. It is their version of Husk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
very unoriginal. Quite disappointing.
Well,
Mordecai might point this out while they're doing this.
Yes, but like they said, that's why I give you advantage on doing it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you could totally roll on it.
Okay.
But
and
what
again,
do you think?
Sensitivity, right?
Yeah. What do you think will happen if you fail or lose your nerve on this?
I guess my bodily fluids will evaporate, and then my spirits will, of course, think, "Oh, new sensation," and come in, and this will probably be very unpleasant.
Yes. And I think that just like they tried to husk you through Felix, well, through Constable Short, through Felix, I think it's gonna go both ways. I mean, I think maybe there's something that you're wearing that Felix borrowed, and so like it might, like, if it goes really hard, then it's gonna affect Felix as well, wherever Felix is. Whoopsie.
Oh no.
Yeah, if it
No,
fails.
no. Yeah, well, I mean.
Yeah. So.
Come on, give me a good roll, which dice, please. Look, I'm asking nicely here.
Holy sheep!
There we go. It's a 12.
12.
Yeah, I mean.
Yes.
I've counted this before.
I know. That's fine. That's great. So tell me how you succeed besides also making fun of them for doing something that you've seen.
Yeah, I'm looking at them, and I mean the blood is still running down the knife, right? Because it will have, and when they complete it, Mordecai will just flip this last point, drop blood at them, and like totally dismissively and saying, "We've been here before. Go away. You cannot best me. You know this. This is my city." But at that point, I think he will see sense and say to them, "Do not make me tell you again." And then he'll turn around and leave the scene.
Right. I think, like, also too with the 12 on the night move. So you succeed obviously in countering them, and like dismissing the spell. But not only that, I'm gonna say that do I do this for you, or do I leave it alone? I give you the choice. You can either get another clue. You can get a clue for either Coven or Spider Silk, but no, actually for Coven, because like you're working on the Coven, obviously. Yeah. You can either get another clue, or you can have the Mastermind involved in some way.
Oh.
So that's up to you. I leave it up to you. Do you want another clue, or do you want the Mastermind involved?
I want a Mastermind involved. Come on, that's too juicy. And since I'm not here next week, I don't think we'll resolve this. So.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, I think as you're turning away, I think you'll see. You'll see Maglasang, like in a nearby alley, and it's just kind of like like not doing anything just yet.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, you see that he has his sleeves rolled up and something dark, like on his forearms, moving.
Mm.
And he seems to be just kind of standing there and then just kind of watching and just kind of like on standby for you. Not for them, but for you, just in case you need it,
Interesting.
And as you approach, he's, you know, he's starting to roll down his sleeves and saying, "It seems you handled everything satisfactorily."
I have, yes. Will you walk with me?
Absolutely. And his sleeves are completely rolled down, so you can't quite tell what happened, like, with his forearms at that point. And we're heading back over to Hargrave House. So, Ellie, it's like Isaac had just hopefully changed the subject, but I don't know. How are you feeling?
Uh, yeah, that reminder is breaking what control I had. Um, and for a moment, the trembling stops. I'm completely still. I'm still crouched in the middle of the floor. And then, is that a gasp of pain? Is that a cough? What is that strange harsh sound? And then an inhuman scream, sudden and loud, and it's not a bursting out of clothes or bursting out of skin. Instead, the it's as if fur just ripples over everything. And in the middle of the rug, instead of the woman who was there a moment ago, there is a great cat. There is a mountain lion. Not the pale tan that one usually sees most often, but a darker grayer color, almost as if reflecting the smokes and smogs of London. And
Is it
af
moving?
after a moment of stillness, she suddenly bounds up in a single motion and extends those great claws and shreds the heavy draperies of the room. She's just clawing at them. It's hard to tell whether she's trying to get out or just trying to destroy.
Yeah, they really were dreadful.
Out of character, like, Isaac can have weapons. They don't necessarily have to be mentioned in your personal quarters, but I mean, like, just so you know, you
This,
can.
I think I'm still going to try and calm you down.
Sure, sure. I'm just making sure that you know that you can have them if you want.
Oh, I have all sorts of things in here.
Okay, just making sure.
By in here, of course, I mean my tweed jacket.
Okay, love it.
But
What do you do?
I think Isaac, like clear across the room, will just like take a moment to assess the situation. Reach for hmm hmm hmm. Produce a piece of chalk. Draw a line across the tile floor of the room. And then uh once that's done, and it is a very perfect and careful line for the speed it was drawn with. Can you still hear me?
Swing around, stare.
You're still listening. Good. I find that anger is a very human emotion. Much better than hunger or fear. It's directed at something. You didn't go for me, so I can tell you aren't out for blood, which I hope means that you're still in there, and that you've kept this thing very well fed. You're doing excellent work. Do you think you can breathe for me?
Turning away from the window, pacing closer. Curious. Looking, sniffing.
Isaac does not break eye contact.
Sits on the other side of the line. Staring. Not relaxed. Far from relaxed. But listening.
Good. Let me tell you a story. From a long, long time ago. In a place far, far away from here. There was a pair of twins. Born to prophecy, some would say. Divided amongst the evening and the morning. Born moments apart, but close enough by some estimation. This place was a very long way away. It has nothing like the culture here. These twins were special. And for that, they were safeguarded, kept imprisoned, held, one above ground where he could only in full exposure, chained, and the other at the bottom of a well. All they could hear was each other. All that they could see, whether for darkness or blinding light, was the absence of the other at one end of their cell. And this went on for what felt like an eternity, but was only a few short years. Until they did the only thing that they could possibly have done. They escaped with the help of a moth and the moonlight. They fashioned keys from silver, slipped their chains, and ran away. The thieving never stopped for either of them. They couldn't keep away from the thrill of the escape. And they were perfect together. Matched pair in every respect. Perfectly balanced. One to hold all the world at bay. With a smile. And a kind word. And enough company to make sure that they couldn't be hurt. And the other to do the hurting. To slip somewhere. Disappear. They lived, and they lived well, for a time, taking only what they needed. But when you are born in a cell, you cannot help but want. And, well, ambition grew. With their skill, they began taking things they couldn't possibly need jewels, gold, and then eventually, when those lost their luster, secrets, and spells, and stars. And once they had once they sat upon a pile of riches together, it was only natural that greed took root and divided them. Neither was proud, and there was no fight. There was no need for a fight. They were, of course, perfectly matched. They knew each knew what the other was feeling. And one day, the smiling twin, who with all his friends woke to find that their pile of riches was gone. No questions, just an empty room. And he did the only thing he could think to do. He left, went out for a drink, comforted himself in the wealth that he did have. And for a time, he was almost happy.
Sabine, the young nurse Agnes Pell walks the TB ward, silent but for the labored breathing and hacking coughs of her charges. Who do we see among the gaunt, pale patients that shows death respects neither age nor rank?
I think we see the people, the patients that lie there laboring to breathe, fighting for the next breath, that they are a very diverse crowd. You see a young sailor, beautiful face, gaunt, but like almost looking like a damaged angel. So his lips bloody. That's from the cough, of course. And we see a young woman in finery. This is a very night. She wears a nightgown with initials, and probably handmade by some seamstress. And still, she's here because it's this illness. It spreads. It spreads. You can't have these people at home, right? So she's here. She's in a comfortable bed. Somebody gave her nice pillows, and she has an embroidery hoop with bright colors. But her lips are the only thing of color because of the bloody cut that she's having. And we see an old man just lying in his bed. He's had it. This is everything he's had. He's not even angry. He's just waiting. He's just waiting. And we see a young girl, not a child, but not by far a grown-up person. And also next to him, she lies, just waiting. They're all just waiting.
As you walk with Maglasang, where are you going?
I think Mordecai has no idea where he's going. So if Maglasang has any idea, or if Maglasang walks in a certain direction, Mordecai will match his steps, right?
Yeah.
Because he is rattled. That is the thing. He's just coming down. He's been dreading this moment, and now he's over it, and he's survived, and nothing bad, super bad, happened to him, and he can't be very triumphant not to Magnuson, because you've got to save face, but still, adrenaline is slowly leaving.
You look as if you are. You need refreshment of a different sort. Huh.
I would not mind a cup of tea, actually. You're quite correct. Or maybe something stronger.
Something stronger, I think. And this is where he's going to suggest going to. And this is a place that I don't think that anyone ever like showed you before, not per se. I mean, it's that the Georgian Dragon, but I think it's a back room that maybe you didn't suspect was there.
Okay.
And
Huh.
and he kind of gives you this like this sideways look of like you wouldn't know about this unless you knocked. And he says knock with a specific emphasis.
Mhm.
But now that you know, you can knock as well and come here anytime you like.
I appreciate you inviting me.
This is the cauldron.
Uh,
And it is basically what would be considered like the very back door bar.
mhm.
And it's kind of like think of a cave recess where,
Mhm.
you know, there's people that look more arcanely talented would come here
Mhm.
and just have like, you know, sit and repose away from the mundanes, you know?
Mhm.
So you won't have to listen to people talk about like, you know, their nobility like, you know, 3 times over, or like, you know, the mycological relevance to um the the I don't know, to their estate or whatever. I mean, like, you know, this is actual people like talking about, you know, how certain spells work mechanically or
Oh.
what have you. So, yeah. Not
Mhm.
or phrenology. No, they won't be talking about phrenology here. No, absolutely not.
Expert, maybe to make a joke about it.
Yeah, they would. They would make a joke about it for sure. But yeah, like more serious matters. Like maybe you see like people with parchment, like comparing like actual diagrams. So like the weird shit that you saw Dr. Charles like, you know, have
Mhm.
that was absolutely
Mhm.
wrong. Like you see the
Yeah.
correct charting like, you know,
Mhm.
on tables like here.
Mhm. Interesting.
People that know what the fuck they're doing is basically what I'm
Oh,
saying.
well, I'm I'm a little miffed actually. I won't show it that I didn't know about this, right? That I hadn't found this before, but I won't show this, and I will try to be gracious and tell him that I appreciate this. This is very relevant to my interests.
I know. And that's why I wanted to show you.
Thank you.
This is where I can be me and not
Mm.
just Maglasang, Mrs. Pemberton Potts's ward.
Um, yes, being someone's word is is a is a good front, but I don't think it satisfies, does it?
And he will sit you down into one of the corners and
Mhm.
say, "Here we can be equals. You understand when we speak of magic, and there's no talk of debt, owing anyone anything. I can speak no further." And he's looking into your eyes when he says this.
Hmm. Mordecai will pretend he understands, even though he might not quite, because in his experience, there is always debt, spoken or unspoken.
I mean, maybe like not in your situation, but I mean,
Mhm.
in his situation, it's like, you know, yeah, He's speaking of his.
Yeah.
And he will call over someone to give you a refreshing beverage, and
Mhm.
when you get it, this is given by someone who looks like they know what they're doing. I mean, like not just a not not a usual comely barmaid like you'd see in the Georgian Dragon, but like this is like
Mhm.
somebody who's well established here with like some arcane tattoos, and that like puts down a mug of something that smells exhilarating, and also what's the word? Um, Refreshing in a way that will give you back what you lost from expending your energies, and may even satisfy your entities for a little bit.
Well, yeah, but I'd have to let them in, and that will lead to other things. So
Oh, yeah.
I won't do that right here.
Yeah.
I will, however, I think I will taste it, maybe without swallowing it first, because I am a suspicious guy. Okay, this is
Sure.
and I don't really want to drink something that someone who's in the know actually made without further testing. But I can't be impolite here, so I will pretend at least to enjoy it.
You smell it. You recognize all of the herbs that you would use that to, again, refresh your senses, like things that like would be chewed or imbibed to give you an extra boost if needed, or
Yay,
to
cocaine.
replenish yourself, like all
Mhm.
the things,
Mhm.
but like they're not harmful to you, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this is a subtle place,
Yeah, very
so
much so. And he also drinks the same concoction as well.
of course he does.
Yeah.
The thing is that all of this does not assuage
Oh no.
Mordecai's suspicions.
Sure. No, absolutely not. But I mean, like, he's
Yeah, but he will at least pretend to be polite to enjoy this, and will remark on its restorative powers and maybe start a little discussion about the herbs used in this.
and Maglasang is equally knowledgeable,
Mhm.
and then continues the discussion, like, from a very knowledgeable point of view, and and
Yeah,
he'll
he'll
ask you if
get.
you've tried other herbs, like, off of his list,
Mhm.
to.
Yeah, and as we've established, he'll get Mordecai out of his shell
Hmm.
with a discussion of properties, of magical properties of herbs and what you might use for these and that things. And I think Mordecai will open up at least a little at that, because
Sure.
he loves speaking with someone who is actually knowledgeable, right?
Another practitioner, sure.
Another practitioner, yes, yes,
Yes.
yeah,
And this is not someone who has been taught or who has taught you before, you
no,
know. And again, somebody who knows.
mm,
So,
yeah,
and you will actually be, hearing Maglasang in a respect that no one else, not even the other wards or Mrs. Pemberton Potts, probably ever heard him speak before either. So, take a little bit of comfort in that. Back at Hargrave House, oh boy. What's the cat's reaction to Isaac's story?
Listening intently, whether the words are getting through or just the tone is a little hard to tell. Um, but as the calm voice continues, she's relaxing more. Not not sleepy, but content to sit and listen. Uh, though There's still that sense that this may be a very temporary stillness.
I think when we cut back, Isaac is just nattering about anything in the calm voice.
Mm-hmm.
I never really was a cat person. I mean, I've had a few, but they were really more belonging to the place than anything. And there was this absolutely gorgeous tortoiseshell tabby that lived behind my last place of residence, so temporary as it was. And I would try my best to ignore it, but it kept coming back. And I noticed that coins were missing, and just a moment, thought somehow it might be taking from me, but no, it was just my other half. He always was soft on animals, and well, he was buying something at the fish market and hanging it somewhere just where I couldn't see to draw the cats in, presumably for no purpose other than to torment me. And it almost worked. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm still talking about it. It worked. He knows exactly how to do that.
Are you getting closer to each other, like physically closer to each other as you natter on and Ellie is listening?
Ellie has been creeping in that way that cats do. If you lose attention for even a second, the cat's somehow closer.
Yeah.
You're not quite catching her moving closer.
Which is
Um,
very strange because I'm making a point of not blinking.
yeah. But
And she's much bigger than a house cat, I'm sure.
are you standing still or have you sat
Oh,
down?
oh no, I've fully I think the pose you get me in is just like back still towards the door, but like I've slowly sunk and just like kicked my legs out. So I am now totally relaxed. And I'm just continuing to natter on about nothing and cats and fish prices in southeast Lincolnshire and all this sort of nonsense.
The relaxation may have been a mistake.
Oh, you would
Ellie
think that, wouldn't
pounces.
you?
Ellie pounces.
Oh, interesting.
No, no teeth, no claws landing on you. Paws slamming either side of you. Just either side of you. Face right in your face. That rank cat breath.
There is no reaction at all.
Just as suddenly, springing away, racing around the room, a couple of circuits, knocking things over, making a mess, uh, ripping those curtains the rest of the way down, and then returning to sit on the rug and stare at you again.
You were so scared before. Also, I love that you have just completely called my bluff on that chalk line. It
Yep,
was just chalk.
yep.
I love that. And then proceeded to do zoomies. Oh my god. Amazing. Holy crap.
Too much energy, gotta do something with it. Trying really hard not to be too violent with it, but the energy's gotta go somewhere.
Right. Amazing.
That's right. Get it all out.
Holy cow. Amazing. And we're just going to roll that into paint the scene. As dawn begins to break, how do we see the staff dealing with the stress of the night before, knowing they will be back again soon?
We see the night staff meeting with their morning counterparts. and giving reports, saying what's happened during the night. Keep an eye on that one. This one had a quiet night. This case came in. This patient passed, etc., etc. And for a few of the staff, there's emotion in these reports. Pleased that this one's doing well, sad that this one didn't make it. For most of them, it's just weary, flat, dry recitation. Because the next night's going to be the same, and the next, and the next. They're all different, but they're all the same.
I think we will see one of the young nurses. There's a chapel in this hospital, I assume, because that is where you usually have them there. Just goes into the chapel, and she's been very collected, very self-contained. And she sits down in one of the front pews, looks at the cross, gives a sigh, gives this little snuffle, I guess. Like she's close to crying, and her hands are really cramped into this prayer gesture. Bows her head, gives another snuffle, looks up, and you can see that there's at least some tears on her face. Breathes, wipes her face clean, stands up, nods at the cross, squares her shoulders, chin up, and walks out.
Yeah, I think we see two of the nurses together in a hospital bed after what is very clearly a roll in the hay, smiling and laughing with each other, trying desperately not to notice the smell or just like remember where they are. And the shot ends as they roll over again, and we see deep fingernail scratches in the back of one of their, or on one of their backs. And they kiss and fade to black.
Mordecai, how does your leisurely, more conversational evening with Maglasang end?
I think once Mordecai has remembered what has happened, I think he will think that he probably should get back to Hargrave House and do a little report about the whole thing to everybody who's there. But he hesitates because it's so pleasant here, right? This is nice. This is what he wants from life. This is what he wants, and he realizes that right now, that he wants to talk to people who understand him and who don't want to use him for anything and are not on a mission or just into it for the sake of knowledge. And that is kind of a bit of a revelation, because so far he's mostly been like, oh God, I need to escape the order, and what I don't know what I'm doing anyway. So I think he is he's not exactly dumbfounded, but he is hesitant to just leave because it's so nice, right? This is actually, yeah. And he finds himself enjoying himself, really enjoying himself. Which is, as I said, it's a bit unusual.
I think
Right.
Maglasang sees your hesitation and says, "You can always come back, now that you know how to knock."
Oh, thank you. I am quite aware. That you told me before.
But you also realize that, and he kind of like sighs a little bit himself, we can't run away. We have to face whatever needs to be faced.
before we can take our moments of leisure.
Yes, I quite understand this. And I have faced what I needed to face today, as you saw it. But you are not wrong. This is not over. I have not vanquished the Order of Saint Sylvester. I doubt that they will heed my threats and leave the city. But this was very pleasant, and I hope we can repeat it.
I hope so too, if you do not mind my company.
Oh, no, I quite enjoyed your company.
And he smiles.
And Mordecai looks a little perplexed because that was actually the truth. Well, I should be going. It is very late or early, anyway.
And he just kind of sheepishly nods. And you do not have to wait for me. You can come and go as you please. But I look forward to time again when you wish.
Yes, well, I look forward to continuing this conversation at another time. But as I said, I need to go. The sun will rise, and I do not like the sun.
Certainly. And we can fade out on that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, if you leave before Maglasang, I think the camera will see him look after you with a wistful look on his face as well.
Mm.
And how does the evening wrap up for Ellie and Isaac as dawn splashes across the sky?
Wow. It's dawn, is it?
And like
Made
yes.
it through the night.
Well, wait, because now there's something else interesting happening. So, yes.
Wow.
So for Ellie's part, that manic energy seems to have burned off.
Mm-hmm.
And so has the watchful stillness. And she stretches elaborately, as only a cat can stretch. Pulls some of the pulls the curtains and some of your bed covers into the corner, curls up on them, and falls asleep. And in her sleep, she shifts back. It's the reverse of what happened before. The fur flows away, just pulls back, dissolves, leaving the woman you saw briefly at the start of the evening.
But then, as dawn strikes, what happens to Isaac?
I mean, it's really quite unobtrusive. It is literally the blink of an eye. And we see that brilliant silver again. And he stands straight up and goes, "Oh! Oh! I mean, really, what were you doing last night?"
Do you see the
I'm just-
woman now on the covers in your
just-
room?
Presumably still in cowboy boots,
Yep.
which he would
Still in cowboy
notice.
And if you
And
turn and
then,
look at the door, there are deep gouges.
oh yeah, everything is presumably gouged.
Yeah, this room is
Curtains are
trash.
down, like, full on streaming dawn, coming into the room. And Acheron and Isaac are identical.
Physically.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think the clothes are also different. I think we get the blink, and Acheron is
Acheron.
wearing a beautiful tan tailored suit,
Okay.
and then this sort of dark camel color.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, but after that moment of surprise, I think the bit I want to leave on is him just very matter of factly standing up, turning around, trying the door once, then unlocking it and stepping outside.
And I think at that point, it's like that's where you meet Nora, and she says, "Oh, it. I heard animal noises coming from your
Yes, well, the
room."
less that can be said about what happened in there, the better.
And then she sees the gouges in the door, and I, you all right?
Yes. Oh, I'm quite fine.
I'm
Acheron Wright. Pleasure
Nora
to make your acquaintance.
Nora Allenton. A pleasure. Is that Miss Fletcher?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest her name.
I, and then we're just gonna leave it on Nora with her mouth hanging open, and that is the. Oh my! For at least for this section, I mean, there's still a little bit more we could do. I can introduce the new threat. Hold on, let's go into Dawn because Dawn has some stuff. We obviously introduced like Acheron. Yay! Sorry. God dang.
Welcome to Hargrave House.
Welcome to Hargrave House. Wow. Okay, no threat was
Same
resolved.
as any other house.
I know, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're going into Dawn questions. So since, like, obviously we hit Dawn, then we're on Sunstrider, so the Dawn questions would be on Sunstrider, on Acheron. So Ellie first. Brain, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get to Dawn questions. Here we go. Hunters answered a question. No. For Dusk Phase, no. Hunters resolved a threat. No. Experienced an echo in the night.
Yes, a couple of them. The most particular one was how the sound she made as the change began mirrored the sound of the dying woman in childbirth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, go ahead and take that. Did you stick out in London society for all the wrong reasons?
I didn't go out,
Yeah, you didn't.
so I
No.
didn't get that one.
Did you encourage a fellow hunter to let loose for a change? No, I don't.
Oh, I can't say that I did. I encouraged you to stay very calm and not run.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and mark the one point that you did get. Oh wait, no, because since you did spend that night, you get a point of XP for doing that, and Isaac, yeah,
Whichever. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it is one XP track, right?
yeah, one XP track. So you would put it on Sunstrider's XP track for all of that marking, since it's
Okay,
all Dawn
awesome.
questions are on there. So yeah, put XP for doing that with Ellie. Okay.
Boop.
Outside of Dawn questions. Yep. Okay. And then, okay. So go ahead and clear your Dawn questions. Change your elective Dawn questions if you so choose. Okay. Mordecai did not answer a question. Did not resolve a threat. Did you experience an echo in the night?
Yep, I did. I had this blade and the blood running down.
Yes. Okay. Did you perform a ritual? Hell yeah.
Yeah, last
you have-
time I think.
Did you face-to-face encounter with a dark entity?
I think the code causes dark
Oh
entities,
God,
right?
yes, yes,
Okay,
definitely.
so yeah.
So take those points, clear your Dawn questions, change your elective Dawn questions if you so choose, okay? And of course, our new player did not answer a question, did not resolve a threat. Did you experience an echo in the night? Any hunter scenes matching up with any unseens and vice versa? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to count the gashes on the nurse's back and the gashes
Yes,
everywhere.
absolutely, definitely. Yep, that's a detail. That's a
That's a
detail that matters.
detail.
Yep. All right, so you get that point, and you did get the point for spending the night with Ellie. Did you leave a problem for your other half to tackle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mark that one.
Yeah.
Not exactly by choice, but
No, no,
oh
no.
yeah.
But that's what the question
Yeah.
entails. Yeah. Did your two halves express differing opinions on a subject?
I don't think so.
I I
We
thought you kind of mentioned it in the story, like with the thing
that
about the cat thing. I don't know. Did you
I
want?
mean like if we I will not say no to another XP point, but I don't think we really got their opinion on any subject.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So just the points that you got right now, all right,
Yeah.
and go ahead and change your elective dawn questions if you so choose, because remembering those go for the whole cycle,
Yeah.
going through Moon Dancer and Sunstrider cycle, because it's like dawn through dusk. Okay, so got those for the announcements. All right, and then no rewards, obviously, because we didn't solve anything with a threat. Yeah, stop it. All right, what are you doing? Okay. Nobody invoked any. Hold on. Did we? You invoked a mask, Mordecai?
And again,
Sorry. I mean, which
it's
dice
yeah,
didn't like you, okay?
yeah, that's okay.
What did,
I
Mask of the Past or Future? What did you want to do? Oh, and then,
I
hold on. Did we? I don't think there was a threat mask or anything like that, so.
no, I've marked the Mask of the Past here.
Got it. Okay. Are you ready with that now, or did you want to wait?
Uh, I think I might want to wait. I had the other one primed and ready before, but then I got this one and I haven't thought about that.
Okay, so
So
you can wait till you come back to
yeah.
do it. Okay, so I'll mark that one as a to be due. To be due. All right, hold on. Dawn phase, and we enter into day. Yes. So, Acheron is now in the house. All right. Felix is wherever the hell Felix is, and yeah. Um, we said that Mordecai is probably, uh, yeah, like has enjoyed like some time with Maglasang after having a very harrowing time with the Coven. Maybe this is where you decide to go get the gloves, and then like we don't see you for a little bit, so that's fine, for next time. Or you can start to do that and we don't see you for a little bit, however you want to do it. When do people get up and go down to the kitchen?
Is it okay if I say Mordecai just came back to the kitchen, maybe wanted to go and sleep a little and then go for the gloves, so
Oh
he's
yeah,
out of the picture, but
yeah.
he's here right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he is in the kitchen preparing coffee because he knows Ellie likes coffee, and tea because he likes tea.
Is this where like maybe perhaps he meets Acheron?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Mordecai, what do you look like and how are you dressed when
I
Acheron
am.
sees you?
I think I am dressed I'm well dressed. I'm wearing a three-piece suit. It's very rich. It is not rumpled, because why would it be? There might be a spatter of blood somewhere on the white chemise. What's the word? Blouse? No,
Shirt.
shirt. Sorry, shirt. And his face, his skin, then you will notice this, that he has very white skin. It's basically as white as the skin. He also has one eye that is an odd sort of gray and the other is golden for whatever reason. And he is currently not looking at the pot because that will boil. He's looking at the newspaper, actually. I assume we have someone who brings us newspapers. And we'll look up when you come in and say good morning. I do not believe I've had the pleasure of your acquaintance.
I should hope not. I've only just arrived.
Well, I hope you're not a policeman.
Ugh.
Yes, that answer elicits an almost a voluntary smile. You will say, well, that is good. We have had enough of those recently in this house, so
So I'm staying then.
are you? Well, who are you?
A prospective boarder, so I guess I'm staying.
Well,
My
in
name is
that case,
Acheron.
Mr. Acheron,
Mr. Wright. Sorry.
Mr. Wright. Very good. My name is Mordecai Laurence. And I am a boarder in this house, as you can surmise by the fact that I'm here and making coffee. Although, well, there are some people who are very free with these premises.
It suits me just fine. On account of that's how I got in.
Clearly.
What can you tell me about the cowboy in the other room?
Miss Fletcher, I think you mean. I do not believe she is actually a cowboy, nor has ever been.
Well, she's
She
got
is,
the boots for it.
well, yes, she's American. I assume that is the fashion she's following currently. Maybe ironically, I have not questioned her about her fashion choices.
I would do better to ask her then.
Yes, indeed.
This might be a good time for Ellie to make her way
Stumble
downstairs.
in, yeah.
Yeah. Oddly not as tired as one would think from her experiences of the night before. That tends to give her some energy. But she's looked better. Usually she's at least passably decently groomed. This morning she appears to have run her fingers through her long hair and that's about it.
Woken up in some kind of pile.
Yeah, as if she just spent the night in a heap on the floor somewhere. Um, such of the night as she actually slept.
And not in her own room.
Not in her own room. Not in a room that she recognizes and she's piecing together. She doesn't lose all memory of what happened. It just is a bit jumbled and takes a little while to kind of fall together properly. Um, and frankly, she's well, mortally embarrassed by the whole thing. Um, but comes into the kitchen, starts to head straight for the coffee pot, spots Acheron. Thank you.
You're welcome. Coffee?
Yes.
Well, you're definitely American then.
Yeah,
Here
no
you
question
are.
of that. Thank you. Looking to Mordecai like, do you know what's going on here?
Who leans back? He clearly does not know, but he's keeping poker face, obviously, because it's Mordecai, and pretends to know everything that has happened,
Right.
and why you said thank you, and why your hair is rumpled. He will not comment on that, of course not.
Entirely wrong impressions could easily be gotten here, but
Yes,
Nora
well,
bursts into the kitchen and says,
well,
"Oh, I was going to make some tea for Constable Short. Good morning." Good morning.
Morning.
Is he feeling better, Constable Short?
He seems He seems to be recovering fine. We should be able to send him along his way in this morning after a bracing breakfast.
Yes, that would be quite preferable.
And
Sorry, we have an officer boarding here.
No,
No.
Not boarding.
He was attacked last evening, I think, and was quite cursed. I broke the curse, and now he's resting in one of our guest rooms.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
just like that then.
Yes, this is quite an ordinary occurrence, I'm afraid. Oh, I don't know, Nora, this is Mr. Acheron, right? Mr. Wright, this is Nora Hamilton.
Yes, we've met.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Very good.
And she just like starts to get embarrassed because like she kind of looks like behind Acheron and looks over at Ellie and looks at her rumpled appearance and just makes all sorts of assumptions.
Mhm.
Mm. And she just kind of mentions, I was up earlier this morning and Mr. Lansing had asked about you.
I'm gonna have to
I
talk to
didn't
him.
say anything.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's staying at Mrs. Pemberton Potts, he said.
yeah. Oh, gotta deal
So,
with that situation. Um,
I-
I think maybe you got the wrong idea of what happened last night. He and I, no,
no,
nothing.
But
I
well,
didn't, I,
nothing.
oh,
Well, I mean,
I,
things happened, but not like that.
oh, I, perhaps I should just
What
get
is
some tea for
happening here?
Constable Short. I am Mr. Lawrence's student of magic and assistant, and I thought that Miss Fletcher had a understanding with Mr. Lansing.
We're figuring out what all that is, but
Oh,
that's not relevant to this.
I didn't say anything to Mr. Lansing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mordecai's
get into
return to the newspaper. This is too much emotion stuff.
She immediately rushes over to get tea and then just set up something for Constable Short and leave as soon as possible. Her face is incredibly red.
And I think Mordecai will lower, as soon as she's gone, will lower the newspaper and say, apologies, Ellie.
No, she misunderstood. Mr. Wright was helping me deal with a curse of my own.
Oh, you too. There is a lot of it about. I guess.
The story wasn't just a story then.
Well, it was mostly a story. Although, I don't know how he told it. We try to keep details sort of consistent between the two of us, but it really slips and slides. It's mostly just sort of a thing that we do to calm people down. Everyone loves a story. And we both have that voice. I'm sure you heard it.
It was.
Oh, and also that wasn't me.
I was gathering that. So there's only one of you at a time?
Yep. That's really the long and short of it. It's a bit more of a recent predicament than I think the story would have implied. As a matter of fact, the curse we think, best guess, is ironic because we were telling that story when it happened.
Now, there's nothing ironic about mine. Just result of bad judgment, you might say.
Is
But
Mordecai still hiding behind the newspaper as he's
No,
listening?
no. Mordecai is holding the newspaper. He's listening. Like, okay, these are what 2 hour talking about curses. Fine. Interesting. That's interesting.
I'm obsessed with the degree to which everyone is going, "Yup, I know what's going on right now. But please explain it to me so I make sure you understand."
No, I think Mordecai is clearly, he doesn't know what exactly what's going on, but he's not asking questions. That would be impolite. And
That
also,
would be
you feel
rude.
you are freely talking about your curses and things like that, and he does not. Actually, he does not know you that well and does not want to go into
Yeah, on
anything
account
that
of
is
I showed up in your kitchen this
too
morning and you've never seen
personal.
me before.
Yeah,
But obviously, those two shared a moment, and it's kind of
yeah.
like, oh, Mordecai doesn't like moments.
yeah,
No,
no.
Mordecai doesn't like most. This is the first time that he hears that Ellie has a curse, so
Mhm.
interesting.
She's been playing that real close to the chest.
Ooh, that's
Yes, well, I
unfortunate.
mean, yeah, well, I
Yep.
mean, that is he's a little insulted, but he's hiding that. Of course he is. I mean, she's
Yeah.
cursed and she didn't tell him. Well, okay,
Yeah, she had what she considers to be very good reason for not telling him.
sure.
He's super into hunting. I'm a beast. Don't really want to be hunted. But
Yeah,
Reasonable.
that is reasonable.
but
But he's
that's
not
not
hunting.
necessarily how he
He's not hunting beasts, though, right?
yes. But she's not just a beast, so she might fall into an interesting
She,
category.
yeah, she might, but she's not a cop, so.
That's true. I mean,
Is
Mordecai has
that
a
your
particular.
deal? You only
Yes.
hunt
Yeah,
supernatural cops?
Well,
no,
not
I
even
do.
supernatural cops.
No. I hunt people.
Awesome.
I hunt people who have a degree of power that vastly outstrips any kind of reasonable
And of course, the London
thing.
Metropolitan Police
Yeah,
keeps
exactly.
you busy.
Yeah.
Fine. Yes, quite. Unless somebody wants to date them, another one of them. I hope Nora doesn't want to date Constable Sharp now.
Ooh.
No,
Ooh.
no,
I
absolutely
credit
not.
her with better taste than that.
She's stepping out with Maglasang. So,
Yes, very
Yeah,
good.
nothing problematic there at all.
oh God, no,
No,
absolutely not.
no.
No, it'll be great. Anyway, does Mordecai mention, especially because it's like out of character, you're not going to be here next week. Does Mordecai mention anything like in the midst of these revelations of curses? Does Mordecai mention anything about what happened last night to him?
He would, yes, he would mention it to Ellie, but he will let this conversation run its course, right? Because he doesn't want to jump in and like, hey, what happened to me last night? That is not Mordecai. He doesn't intrude like that. He will, however, there's a lull in the conversation. He will say, just so you know, Ellie, I did go out and meet with the Coven last night. I have threatened them. I doubt they will leave. They tried, gives a smirk. They tried to intimidate me. Anyway, they are still, I think, they still want to do their ritual. We still should stop them. And I
I
will tell
started
you about.
compiling a list of lighthouses since that may be involved. And I think the library gave me a hint.
Oh,
This brass bell turned up in one of the portraits.
interesting. Yes, I also I will tell you about the blue door. I think that's the one, right? That's the clue. Yes. Also, who also was a witness to the confrontation, Maglasang. I think he
Really?
might have even wanted to intercede on my behalf, which was unnecessary, of course. But he was there. We went out for a glass of sherry afterwards and had some talk. He's quite an interesting fellow.
Mrs. Pemberton Potts does seem to collect interesting people around her.
Yes, indeed.
That's something you ought to be aware of Mr. Wright. We have a neighbor, Mrs. Pemberton Potts. She's very friendly. Don't be fooled. We don't trust her one bit.
No. She keeps sending us flowers with very strange messages, if you know the language of flowers.
I don't, but
Ellie
I'll
does.
hold my guard.
Out of character,
She
actually,
has-
you do. Like, since you're associated with Hargrave House, you all have access to the Move Forest's sense. So, anyway.
Mm.
Oh, neat. That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Oh, one other thing, Mr. Wright, there is a pot with something that looks like a forest in the garden. Please don't disturb it.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Thank you.
I did just sort of pick an empty room last night.
You might want a different one considering how trashed it is now. But there are other empty rooms.
Well, if
Sorry
it's just
about that.
easy, I'll be on my way. I hadn't unpacked yet, so everything you destroyed was not mine.
For the best.
And you hear you hear the beginning of the ding ding ding, but then it's interrupted by Nora opening the door, and then she comes in a few minutes later, like bringing in. We got this from the post. It seems to be a missive from the Royal Observatory. Millicent Bryan from the Royal Observatory at Greenwich, wanting the hunters of Hargrave House to investigate something with their leading astronomer, who seems to be deceased.
Who's deceased again, please?
Dr. Laurence Fisher, their leading astronomer.
Who's leading astronomer?
The Royal Observatory.
At the Royal Observatory at Greenwich.
Fine company we keep, eh?
We do.
Well, occasionally.
Or sometimes we're mucking about in the sewers underneath the rookery. But,
This is from Millicent Bryan, one of the researchers.
I'll take a look.
Yes, can you read it to us? Because I don't think it makes sense for all of us to gather around.
Certainly. Oh no. It seems that Dr. Fisher had thrown himself to his death from the top of the observatory. The other day... on the inlaid brass prime meridian line in the observatory square. Dr. Fisher's behavior had become erratic before his death, repeating actions and saying, "It's still happening. I couldn't stop it. I have to go back again." He had been researching material that was brought back from a failed Royal Navy survey voyage. The survey vessel, HMS Whippet, was discovered floating adrift in the Pacific with all crew missing by the HMS Persephone. The only soul aboard was Lieutenant James Allardyce. James Allardyce was in a state of distress and confined to the infirmary at the Greenwich Hospital on his return, but not, strangely, on the crew manifest for the Whippet. Millicent Bryan has been experiencing strange phenomena around Dr. Fisher's office, and concerned that something Dr. Fisher was studying may be causing these effects. She would like Hargrave House to investigate. There's also something strange with Mr. Allardyce. 2 other men with the same name in Greenwich, an old retired sailor living in Greenwich Hospital, and a 13-year-old midshipman studying at the Royal Hospital School. Both of them bear an uncanny resemblance to the James Allardyce who was recovered from the Whippet.
It sounds like somebody's mucking around with time travel. I hate these.
Does anybody have Cosmic Passage marked?
I
Not
sure
yet,
don't.
no.
Nope.
Nope.
Not
Okay.
yet. I don't.
All right. Well, I'll give this over to Ellie. Ellie, what feelings of deja vu and lost time have you had over the past few days? And what leads you to suspect it may be connected with Dr. Fisher's research?
Wow. Uh, lost time, you say? There have been a number of times. The deja vu has mostly been small things. Someone's turn of phrase in conversation, where I think that I've heard that before. You've said that before. But given the subject of the conversation, they couldn't have. We hadn't discussed that subject before. Indeed, I think that has come up with our new hunter, and I have had very little conversation in which that could have happened
Right.
before. And as for lost time, I think I was chalking it up to uh the effects of the curse. But I think there were times yesterday as evening was approaching when I'd realized I was in a room and didn't remember entering the room. Not that I didn't remember why I came in. I didn't remember coming in. Uh Happened a couple of times, and then this morning it's as if I went from standing up and running my fingers through my hair to walking into the kitchen.
Please take the condition deja vu.
Okay. Excuse me.
So, what this does is opens up some questions and opportunities. All right. So, let's see. All right. There's two ways you can resolve this threat. Okay. So, two choices. What did the voyage of the HMS Whippet discover, and what went wrong on the voyage? That's a complexity 4. So you can resolve the threat by destroying the source of the anomaly and breaking the strange temporal effects. Or, what did Dr. Fisher learn from the material discovered by the HMS Whippet, and what power does it hold, which is complexity 6. Resolve the threat by containing the temporal anomaly so the material can be removed safely for storage or research, and then the hunter may take the source of the anomaly as a reward. So that's offered up as a reward possibility. And then there's an extra question where this could be done like outside of resolution. Which James Allardyce belongs to this time period, and how has he fallen victim to the anomaly? That's a complexity 2. Help the present James Allardyce remain in this time and the others move on before all are consumed by the paradox. Okay? So, I think if you help this James Allardyce, yeah. If you rescue James Allardyce, it's not a reward, but I mean, like, there you get something for it. Like, you get his help, depending on which one you help. So, yeah, that's a kind of like a move in itself if you do that particular question. Okay, and I'll enter all this stuff into the Keeper over the next week, so you can see it. So, 2 ways to resolve this particular threat, which is called Mean Times in Greenwich. And then the extra one to get you that possible extra move for helping James Allardyce. Okay? And there is a threat mask to this called Mask of the Clock. Each hunter narrates a flashback to a pivotal moment in their past. What would you have done differently if given another chance? Do you regret the choice you made? So, yippee. All right? So that is going to be your new threat. So given this, close out of this particular session and go into Stars and Wishes. So stars are things you liked about it, gameplay, roleplay each other, and wishes are what you'd like to see for the next time and the future. So have at it. Yeah.
I can start. This was a terrific session. Um, I really enjoyed Isaac coping with this very strange situation with no notice or warning or whatever,
Mhm.
but just okay, calm. I can be calm. Talk. I can talk. This is something I'm good at. I got this. And then Acheron just okay, I'm in a trashed room with a strange woman. Hmm. Okay, I think I need to go get some coffee or tea or yeah, no, that's I'm not dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
Not the first time my other half has left me in an awkward situation. Mordecai facing off against the Coven was badass. That was
Yeah.
that was really cool. Uh and then the other aspect of Mordecai, just the I'm not coping with other people's em messy emotional entanglements. I'm just going to be over here reading the newspaper. Oh, curses. Curses, I will happily be involved in the conversation. And Mads, I really enjoyed Nora misconstruing the situation. That was very entertaining. And as always, your NPCs overall are great. Wishes, hmm, I don't know. More. I don't have specific wishes at this point.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love the session as well. I like this new character. I'm very curious to learn about the two of them, I guess. But they seem distinct but similar, which is nice. And also quite on point, right? And I love the way he was just like, okay, I'm telling her my life story. Probably won't remember anyway. So here you go.
That story is not true. Just by the way,
Okay.
hey, just
Yeah,
so we're here,
okay. Okay. I'm just
that is
telling her
not me
Ace.
shouting backstory. That's
Metaphor.
what masks are for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Of course. Well, anyway, so
It
just
was a
telling
nice
her this,
story, though. Thank
just
you.
telling her this story that was interesting, and I think there might be, at least I think there are some hints at what truly happened in there, right? Like characterization.
Thematically, I think
Yeah.
really I got my one reference. There is exactly one little side fact that Mads will understand to be more true.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I love the whole and Ellie, no Ellie, Kathleen. I really like the way the cat was behaving like a cat, like no, I'm not being controlled here. I'm not being totally lulled right now. I just there's this energy, this need for movement with this cat, and I really love that. So yeah. And I also really enjoyed the whole scene with the Coven and my asshole mentor, who was, as I suspected, a real asshole. Thank you. So I can't wait to take him down. Yeah, and that is kind of maybe a wish. Oh, yes, that is a wish. I want to be here when we take the Coven down, please, as a player. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
like I'm gonna deny you the ability to like completely take down Raphael. Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. No, I
We
didn't
wouldn't do it without you.
No,
Absolutely
absolutely
no
not. I
way.
mean, no,
but
absolutely not.
I'm super invested. Take this
It's
not
your
as a
whole, I mean, it's
criticism or
literally your
anything.
playbook.
It's
It's
like it's your
literally,
associated threat. No, I mean, like
yeah,
you have to be there. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I also want to use my new custom move at some point.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Okay.
about it, but I didn't trust witch dice to just grab for it. You know.
Well,
No,
Start.
which dice?
one
Really,
mass One mask for one session is quite enough. So
Oh my gosh. So you'll have that to prepare for next time. But god dang,
yeah,
Witch Dice was just like,
yeah,
I think I'm gonna screw with them today.
yeah. I mean,
It's
that's fine.
so
3.
funny.
Good lord.
It's so funny that you rolled Snake Eyes.
Yeah, well, it happens, right? And that's what masks are for.
Yes, that is what masks are for.
Or just going for it in my case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it seemed like
but,
the best
but
moment
that's
for
I
it.
really loved that scene.
Yeah,
I
it was.
did
It
too.
was. That led to a cool scene. That it did.
So many. Yeah.
And
Enjoyed
it would.
And all this time I'd been thinking, is it going to be Felix or is it going to be Mordecai who winds up coping with Ellie? Hey!
Oh,
Hey,
no,
I put.
either.
I really think like Witch Dice was watching our Discord chat and like it was paying
Mhm.
attention to my wish. I was just like, wouldn't it be funny? It was like if it's the new guy. I was
It'd be
like,
funny.
oh, so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, go Witch
It was a
Dice.
very cool introduction to the new character. Yes.
I
Yes.
think it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really did. Really do. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Is it
All
my
right,
turn?
I haven't gone yet, but I
Okay.
really did shout out my stars in the middle of the session. Star to Ellie, that whole Kathleen, that whole scene was beautiful. But my favorite moment, is you, the cat just pouncing directly past the chalk line, not completely calling my bluff. Perfect. And Sabina, I think the the way that Mordecai found himself enjoying the conversation with your asshole mentor is one of my favorite tropes. It's so good every time, and you did it beautifully. And Mads, just thank you for everything you did to get me here. And also, I love Nora. I want nothing but bad things to happen to her.
God. Bad things already happened to her in the first
Yeah.
episodes. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, there's always the NPC, at least I've found in like I think the later seasons that people cotton on to that's kind of like the sidekick for the PCs, and like Nora is it for you guys. I think more so than Mr. Lansing. So it's kind of like yeah, we'll see. We'll see how
I mean,
this goes.
she's living with us, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
And the other hunters have made it clear that Lansing's my problem.
yeah, it's sure. See, people are like, Lansing's your problem. So
No, I
you
think
gotta
Felix is not. Lansing is your problem. Felix has made Lansing his problem as well, hasn't he?
I can't
don't
wait
some
to meet
degree.
all these problems we
I
have.
don't know. I mean, like, I find it interesting that Felix has taken on Lansing as his problem, and I'm wondering why.
True. That's true. He has been emptying him and giving him clothes.
He's done a little more than that.
Yeah, like making a new division.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. He has meddled in much
Mhm.
more substantial ways.
Wonder
Mhm.
why.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He better be keeping his mitts off my man.
I don't know if he's going to, because remember, he still
Right.
has giveth.
Oh, I know he does. I am well aware that Felix could just go,
Yoink.
I think he already said that would be too easy and too boring. He wants Lansing to come to him on his own. I think that was the thing that I got here from him.
that was the gist of it that I got.
But how
Mhm.
terrible.
But we'll see if that resolve remains.
How terrible. How terrible is it? I can't wait. Can't wait to see it. Okay. Okay. Calming down. All right. Am I left?
Disappointed that we've already done Man in the Sun Mask. That would have been so funny with my sun and moon themed character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
Well,
side character. He's still there.
he's a recurring
He's
side character.
around.
We took him as a resource.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's around. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go visit like anybody, if you want to go visit the opium den and then like meet Man in Sunmask, you totally can. He's around. So.
I
I'll
might be
drag you along
interested
on one of my vulnerable scenes, and
Oh
then
yes.
you'll be in the right place.
Yeah, you kind of have that
Oh.
problem now. You actually you have a condition, so you could totally do it. Totally.
Ooh.
All
Totally do
right.
it.
I
Looking
think
forward
eventually
to it.
that might be a wish actually, that Mordecai wants to talk to him about other places, like the place where the entities come from, which is clearly not Earth.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty broad spectrum of things to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But he's probably the right person.
Yeah.
He's probably the right person. Absolutely. So yeah. Yeah, I can go if nobody else or everybody
I
else
think
is
we've
gone.
all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Sorry, I lost track of it because we were all just jumping in and just going like, "Oh my God, this was great! This was exciting! It was wonderful!" And it really was. So I'm very happy with how today's session went. Yeah, like included all the things and just the delicious luck or bad luck of Ellie and the quickening working out so well. Thank you, Witch Dice. I love you so much, even when you make me fail. But yeah. That was beautiful. I loved those scenes with Ellie and Isaac, and then just like, like seeing how, trying to get through night phase and, keeping Ellie calm and, telling your story, which wasn't necessarily your story. It was a story. And that's why I didn't stop you, because it's like I kind of knew, it's like, the rules for the between. So I
Yep.
was like, I was trusting you to just be able to keep the cat engaged and not reveal your actual stuff. So I was like, oh no, this is interesting and it's great. And I love hearing you talk. So it's great. And then Mordecai, I mean, like, just for your, standing up to Raphael was excellent. I love that. And I was, happy that you doing the night move, I mean, kind of worked and didn't work, but I mean, it still was great, like, to see masks being pulled out, because the reason for the masks is not only to save your butt when, things go wrong, all right, but also to be able to see the backstory for the characters. So, like when we get to see the backstory of the characters, it's a good thing. Horrible for you, because then that means like you're kind of counting down, but still, it's still great for us because we get to see this stuff. But again, like it worked out really well, and I just enjoyed playing off of Mordecai and being Raphael, being an asshole. Yeah, those are the best kinds. It's great. And then like, Nora like misconstruing the situation because I'm sorry, you totally can. I mean, Ellie was not in her room. Nora knows, so yeah, of course. And that's the kind of delicious drama we like to see, because otherwise, why make it messy? So yeah. Oh, so many
It's no fun being messy if nobody reacts to the mess.
Exactly, and she's the perfect person to do that, because she's here and then she's kind of in the middle of it, but also an observer. She's the mundane that is here, like right in it, right? So, and yeah, she kind of knows all the tea, so it's kind of like, what is going on? Why are they doing this? And like, yeah, so perfect, absolutely perfect. So
I hope she gets a chance to talk to Felix before Ellie does.
Ooh.
Oh.
There's a wish for Nora to fill Felix in on her perspective on the situation before Ellie gets to.
I think that's going to no, actually no, because wherever Felix has been, I mean, unless the comings and goings of Hargrave House, maybe Felix has been out, like, actually, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out during the week, because maybe she will, maybe she won't, but either way,
Sure,
it's going to be hilarious. So
I don't insist. I just think it would be fun.
Actually, because no, all right, we'll figure it out. Never mind. But yeah, the whole thing was just wonderful, and like wishes for just more of the same, and like the messy relationship drama is fun to begin with, but then like you all trying to figure out how to solve things on top of that is just even more fun to watch.
It really is. And then my mastermind trying to, like, you know, work herself around all of you is even more fun. So, thank you. Thank you for the puzzles. It's wonderful. So, anything else anybody wants to mention before next week? For wishes or anything therefore? Yeah?
No.
No? Okay, cool. All right. So, happy gaming to you all. When you come back, Sabine, like, you'll have Mordecai's next mask ready to go.
Yep.
And then everybody
Yep.
else will be, going through with day phase. So you'll tell me, like, what you want to investigate. Because now you have 3 full
Mhm.
active threats on the board. Dang
Two
it.
of which we haven't touched.
2 of which you
Oops.
haven't touched. This is going to be bad.
3.
All right.
Wait, that's 3 of which we haven't touched.
No, Coven.
Oh, no,
Coven
okay,
is
no,
Coven is
two.
full
We've
on.
been working on the
Right,
Coven.
we've
Coven has
been
been working on, but still, Spider
Well-
Silk was new, and then Meantimes is also new. So,
Okay, awesome.
Oh boy, yeah, it'll be great. So, lots of work to do, folks. Alrighty, thank you so much. Have a great week. Happy gaming, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for running.
Thank you.
Bye.